The first step before starting a painting is to think about it or visualize it in your head. This has a little bit to do with your imagination and how you play with those colors in your head first. And in order to visualize, you first need to look at different things, different forms, different colors, different shades, shadows, and most of it comes from what are you surrounded by? What are the things that you come across? Sometimes when you don't come across anything interesting or anything that you think is interesting in your daily life because you are doing the same things regularly, you have to make some effort to look at different things or to look at things differently by trying to make your surroundings different or interesting. So you constantly need to put yourself in different surroundings. For example, rather than going out and taking a stroll in the same neighborhood, try and go to a different neighborhood today, or try to visit a museum this weekend. Getting some flowers from your nearby flower shop, or even growing your own flowers, so that you get to see some colors and some beauty around you. I know it is not that easy to keep putting yourself in different surroundings or keep changing your surroundings every day. But in such cases, books and reading can rescue you. Because while you're reading, you go to an imaginary world where you read a book and create your own imaginary world. And then you can let loose of your imagination. You can create your own characters, your own surroundings, and it's quite big of a world that you can create in your head. These are the few steps that you can take to inspire yourself creatively way before even starting a painting, and that can be really helpful. Here you are just observing and grasping. You're looking at and observing one thing at a time, but together you might be observing multiple things on a day. And then while you're painting, you combine all of those things in one single piece. So one particular piece is not always one particular thing, but an amalgam of many things that you might have seen, observed, and even imagined in your head. Sometimes, even after observing things, we fail to execute them all together, and that is fine too. Often, I'm not happy with what I have come up with from my imagination, and that's okay because our brains are pretty complex and we don't always know what might come out of it. After gathering inspiration, we try to execute it on a surface and then slowly it comes to life. That is a beautiful process, and to be honest, a one that has to be truly enjoyed. And you don't really stop observing even after you are painting, or you're observing how you imagined and how you're executing it. So the process of observation never really stops. The end result is truly beautiful because it has had its own beautiful journey of being from just an idea in your head and then finally coming to life. That's the fun behind painting, creating. It is a process and not so much about the end result. Well, end result is a part of the journey, of course, but you get what I'm trying to say here. My motive here is to inspire you to move away a little bit from the end result, from obsessing over the end result and how it is going to turn out, and focusing more on the process and trying to keep yourself inspired enough to start and then get the painting done, and then again start. So it's more like observe, imagine, paint, and then repeat the whole process again. You will find so many things in this process. You will find consistency, you will find your style, you will find your own way of doing things, and that's pretty exciting. Sometimes we think that we need this big life-altering idea to create something. We even tend to think that creating something simple and mundane is boring, but actually it is not. It is the artists who make the most mundane things even more interesting, and it is the art that make people think how little things around us can be so magical. So create mundane, create regular things. I bet whatever you are creating will have your own essence in it, and that essence will make it special. And then go ahead and create some more. In this way you will develop a habit, and you might even find your resolution. Thinking about your resolutions is not the task especially made only for 31st December. Anyone can take new resolutions whenever they feel like taking one. So I feel that resolution should come to you, and it should be more like a self-discovery that this is what you want to do, rather than you putting in a lot of pressure on yourself on that last day of the year and make yourself take some random resolutions. Develop your resolution, modify it, even lower down it a little bit, stretch it a little bit, and increase the timeline if you want to, whenever required. As and when I speak this to all of you, I am feeling it inside of me that how much I needed myself. In the past couple of days with New Year's and stuff, I have found myself anxious every night. So I'm done with the jewelry designs, and yay! There was something I was looking forward to since the last 1 week, and I couldn't find any time. But yeah, I think these things really inspire me and let my creative fluids flow a little bit. So yeah. Also, I was scrolling through Instagram this morning, and I was trying to find out a few artists based in India, and I found quite a few, and they really inspired me to do good and do better. But one common pattern that I observed in all of those artists was that most of them were either engineers or doctors, which is quite funny and makes sense as well, because growing up we were only told that we had only two routes to follow: either you can be a doctor or you can be an engineer. But it's really good to see that now most of us are exploring different creative fields and being creative, living creatively, and that really makes me happy, and also makes me feel a little less alone, because there are others out there who are doing it too, so it feels pretty good. So that's my thought for the Sunday. I hope your Sunday is going well. Let me know. It's funny how I have made myself take some random resolutions on the last day of the year that makes absolutely no sense at all. Then while I was thinking about painting and how the process is so interesting, I came across this idea that why not I develop my resolutions over the course of months actually, and also keep modifying my resolutions whenever required. In that way I can even change the timeline, even change the time duration that I have given myself to walk through those resolutions. It's okay. You don't have to always feel bad if you're not able to achieve that goal or resolution that you have taken on that first day of the year. Hi, so I feel like I only talk to you all when I start working on the piece. So I've been working on this piece on and off for quite a long, like a week, and I haven't been getting a lot of time to work properly. But today I think I'll get a stretch of 3 to 4 hours because I'm on a leave today from my day job. And so yeah, we'll work on this piece and see if we can get started on something new, probably and preferably on the sketchbook. I've been hoping to work on certain ideas in my sketchbook, but I haven't really been getting that time. So yeah, let's work on this one quickly and then we'll get back to the sketchbook. So with all of this and a little bit of self-introspection, I will leave you all with this simple idea of developing your resolutions and not sticking to them and making them more and more flexible according to you and how you feel mentally, emotionally, physically. Take everything into consideration while you're doing it and while you're working through your dreams, because being creative, creating is much more important than being stubborn and being fixated on certain things that you have thought about at some point of time. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the time lapse that I have been putting in of this piece, and keep watching it. There is still some more, and I hope I will see you all in my next video, vlog, or a sit down video. I don't know yet, but yeah, with that, happy new year to all of you. I will see you soon, and while you're here, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also like this video, share it with someone you think will find it useful, and also do comment what you think about it. And yeah, bye.